Today we're checking out the EWEADN GS01 gaming mouse with charge dock. It's been sent to us in exchange for a non-biased video review, no cash being exchanged, and we'll give you our honest opinions. First impression, it's a fairly nice box, and nothing much to say about it other than it has 6 sides. Let's open her up. Yeah, pretty well packaged. And in here we have a USB-A to USB-C cable, feels a bit like string, and it's 1.5 meters in length. There's also the mouse, obviously. And yeah, looks pretty nice indeed. This little thing here is the dock. We can use it as a place to plug in the USB dongle, or we can use the USB ports if you paired up your mouse via Bluetooth. If you use it as a stand, the mouse can be charged, and it's magnetic. If you pull this out, we've got some more stuff at the bottom, and that includes this multilingual manual. And it goes on, and on, and on. Ariston. Then we have a spare set of skates, as well as some grips, if you want to stick them on, that is. Yeah. So this is what we got, but before we check it out, let's take a look at the price and specs. If we check the website, the GS01 is currently on sale, just shy of $23, and the version we have here with the dock is going for $29. Not a bad price at all. With the 12,000 DPI, tri-mode connectivity, and some snazzy colours, I wouldn't be surprised if these became very popular. One thing to note though is that the version with the dock has a slightly better sensor, but through experience with a rechargeable mouse, the dock alone is worth the upgrade, because connecting a USB-C cable to recharge can be a pain in the butthole. Here's the mouse up close, and it's very nice to look at. It's all quite smooth, outside of the middle line that looks chiseled out, and looks pretty good to be used as a palm grip. We've got 5 buttons, and the mouse wheel, and that black triangle underneath is to change DPI. Swinging around to the back now, we'll need to remove this blue tape so the skates can glide smoothly. Easy does it. Looks pretty down here. And on the left we can change the modes, switching from 2.4 GHz dongle, off if you want to connect by a cable, or Bluetooth, and this button on the right is used to pair that. These contacts down here for the battery, so when connected to the dock it can charge. Let's watch them make out. Come here. Oh, get a room. Under the dock we have these sticky feet, so you can whack it onto a desk. But once they're stuck down, you won't be able to push this button here. We'll find out what it does later on. Looking at the mouse's belly, we can open it up. And inside is the USB dongle. Here's a little doofer. If you want to use this in the dock, just whack it in the front. Or you could use it just in your PC and have this one free. Anyway, let's have a listen to what noises this makes. So yeah, it feels pretty good, but the clicks are a little loud. It glides very well on the mat, and to be honest, I'm getting deja vu from the S9 Ultra that we reviewed a few months back. They feel very similar, and the clicks are pretty similar too. But according to their homepage, the S9 Ultra with the Pore 3950 is for pro esports gaming, whereas the GS01 with the Pore 3311 is seen as more reliable, but also decent for low DPI games like CS2, but with better battery life.
Subscribble.
I wouldn't be surprised if they were built on the same core design, and maybe the internals were shifted around so we could use the dock. And then cheaper switches and sensors are used to create a very low-priced gaming mouse. So let's take a look at the dock again. And as you can very well see, it's quite bright. If you push the button underneath, it changes the modes. So we can have this orange red, which looks pretty good when it's set down. And there are a few more colours to cycle through. This one flashes red, blue, then green. This slowly pulses from orange to yellow, and white. And we can also have Blackpool illuminations. But if it's too much, you can hold down the button to completely turn off the LEDs. And the good thing is, you can still recharge, and the USB still works fine. We'll now compare the S9 Ultra with the GS01, and to be honest, in use, there really isn't much in between these two mice. In the mouse accuracy test, we scored 246 with the S9 Ultra, and then directly after this, a very similar score with the GS01. The marketing mentions a little extra latency, and even though I'm very sensitive to this, I could not feel it at all. Next we jumped into the aimbots map in CS2, and again, the score was a little bit higher. That likely wasn't because of the mouse itself, but because the first run was basically a warm-up. Either way, both of these are excellent mice, even though one is clearly aimed at pro esports players. Oh yeah, we forgot about these grips, and they're a very nice inclusion. Placing these on the mouse make it feel a little softer to touch, and should increase lastability of the colour, if you've got something like hot pink that is. However, one thing we noticed is on the right the grip doesn't fit exactly with the sharp angle of the doofer. Either way, it feels better on than off, even though the white colour of the grips slightly clash with the white of the main mouse. Be kind of nice if they had these as black, you know. Moving to the pros and cons now, the GS01 with dock is a very nice mouse, at a great price. And while we're seeing larger than 500 mAh batteries in competitors, the dock balances the playing field. The only issue we really had was the lack of buttons. I'd really love to see an additional 2 on moving the mouse wheel left or right. Outside that, for a budget gaming mouse at this price, you really can't go wrong. Mousey mouse in the house. Spouse. Joust. Blouse. Scouse?